Hello everyone, and welcome to the Working Money channel. I came across this tweet from an XRP soldier, which is the most frequently asked question about Ripple these days. I believe you are all wondering the same thing. Why is XRP still kind of sitting in and around $2.30, at least as of the time of this recording? We've just been trading in this dull area here, kind of bouncing off while going up to about $3. You see, this is really dull. The lawsuit's termination has been formally declared, and now that we have clarity, because we've been thinking this the entire time, we want to see increased costs in the $2 area. Nevertheless, we're asking why. Why hasn't the cost increased? XRP Soldier, however, raises several intriguing facts. Not to be overlooked is the obvious. First of all, people DGenes won't be making these moves by investing heavily in meme currencies. The price increase will come from established financial institutions with all of their red tape, not from retail. The same immediacy standards cannot be used. That is the first thing then. People are perplexed. There is still a lot of work to be done before there is complete legal clarity and a full legal framework around all activities Ripple intends to carry out, not to mention the fact that, the entire crypto landscape is not yet regulated. The conclusion of the Ripple SAC case means regulatory clarity for the XRP token. Therefore, I believe that investors are still exercising extreme caution before allocating their funds. He continues by saying that you cannot play if you don't know the game's rules. The stablecoin bill is one of two significant bills that are gaining traction in Congress. We must thus take note of that. This establishes precise guidelines for the issuance and administration of stablecoins backed by USD. For projects utilizing the RLUSD, USDC, and others, it provides legal certainty. As we did here, it should pass in the upcoming 4 to 8 weeks. Brad Garlinghouse was the one. Yes, as we heard Brad Garlinghouse mention the other day, I'll include a link to my video on it in the upper right corner in case you missed it. The market structure bill comes next. All right. Closes the regulatory murky area that has impeded innovation by defining what constitutes a commodity and what constitutes a security, as well as the SAC's and CFTC's respective jurisdictions. Thus, these are the items that we still need to monitor. As per Brad Garlinghouse, the U.S. market has just opened up. In the 6 weeks after the election, they closed more deals than they had in the 6 months before. The floods are now open. Fifth, 95% of Ripple's expansion originates from countries outside of the US. Thus, it has been the general pattern thus far. Guys, though, that will change. After years of stagnation, Ripple needs to make a comeback in the US. This entails catching up to the infrastructure that the world's greatest economy has been able to create over the last 10 or more years. The entire industry is on the verge of legitimacy due to US regulation. The Trump administration has undoubtedly adopted a pro-crypto position and is steadfastly dedicated to advancing this sector. Naturally, we have a variety of executive orders. Hence, the executive order to establish a strategic reserve for digital assets, the expedited completion of stable coin legislation, and the potential for zero taxation for American businesses. The point of potentially is also included permitting Americans who invest in U.S. cryptocurrency projects to pay no capital gains tax. A year ago, the crypto industry could only imagine this. The path is now obvious. The Internet of Value is no longer merely a promise, he concludes. Although it's being built, it won't be finished in a day. This is going to take time, guys. Until it's ready, everything takes place in the background. The dynamite then explodes. It all appears so clear in retrospect, but the chance has already passed. I thus hope that you have all packed your suitcases. You can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for more details on my activities during this bull run. I'm taking my time with this bull run, and as soon as we have to decide where to sell, I'll be informing my Patreon subscribers of my exact location. Furthermore, it won't be an after-the-fact situation. Prior to selling out of some of my holdings, I will be informing my Patreon supporters of my goals. Indeed, I intend to sell a portion of my XRP. I have a lot of cryptocurrencies in my legacy portfolio, including, to name a few, Solana, Bitcoin, and VeChain. If you want to learn more, visit patreon.com, which is also their working money channel. In any case, I wanted to thank XRP Soldier for sharing that information. Today, DJ Peter Vass is also sharing some interesting news with us about Korea. The Korean counselor confirms that they have $1 million in XRP, while government officials report holding more than $9 million in cryptocurrency overall, but $1 million in XRP specifically. The Moonhae Ilbo, prominent daily newspaper in South Korea, reported this, citing information from the Ethics Commission for government officials in the nation. The information was notably taken from the Commission's most recent report on the shifts in public officials' asset holdings for 2025. Remarkably, the disclosure showed that 411 government officials, or slightly more than 20% of the 2,047 officials who disclosed their investment portfolios, acknowledged holding cryptocurrency holdings. Interestingly, the combined assets of these officials amount to nearly 14.4 billion Korean won, or $9.8 million at current exchange rate. One of them is Seoul's counselor, Kim Hae-young. According to his disclosure, Kim is the greatest cryptocurrency asset holder among government officials, with up to 16 cryptocurrency assets valued at a staggering $1.765 billion, or $1.2 million USD. Thus, these individuals genuinely believe in cryptocurrency. In addition to that man's XRP, Kim disclosed his assets, as well as those of his wife and oldest son. It's interesting to see that XRP, which accounts for the majority of the city councilor's wife's portfolio, appears to appeal to her more. For XRP, she has 519,000. Thus, just more than 500,000 XRP is equivalent to almost 1.2 million US dollars. This is the position of Korean government officials, folks. Their possession of XRP and other digital assets is encouraging, in my opinion. In addition to Bitcoin, it appears that they also hold Dogecoin. The increasing interest in XRP among Korean investors, however, has resulted in a significant increase in Korea's XRP holdings over time. As stated here, we are not surprised by these revelations because XRP has long been a favorite among South Korean investors. On Korean platforms, the asset consistently outperforms Ethereum and Bitcoin in terms of trading volume. It's always helpful to know that, according to X-Force Global, year after year, this information comes from the biggest exchange upbid in South Korea. It demonstrates that the best performing assets, or Stellar's XLM and Ripple's XRP, and investors are not showing any signs of selling. I have the tweet up here as a result. Although you can't read anything because it's in Korean, you can still see the logos. I felt it was a fascinating metric to mention because XRP was the most popular in terms of volume, followed by Stellar's XLM. Large amounts of XRP and other cryptocurrencies are held by South Korean politicians, no less. I wanted to express my gratitude to DJ Peter Vass for sharing it. One brokerage company that has experience in stock and security trading is Interactive Brokers. Guys, though, they're really adding more cryptocurrency to their lineup. Michael Branch sent this one, and yes, XRP and DAR are being included. 4 cryptocurrencies have been introduced to the trading platform of Interactive Brokers, a renowned brokerage firm with nearly 3 million clients worldwide, according to a recent release.